Welcome to City Focus. I'm Marcus Meconico, the media coordinator for the City of Valdosta. This is the 10th episode of City Focus in 2021. City Focus is your source for what's happening within your government. Here are the most important topics that are happening in the city.
So I'm Ebony, I'm 27. I'm originally from New York City. I was in New Jersey the last 12 years. What brought me back down to Georgia was just the stability that I feel when I'm down here. It reminded me of when I was a child, just the weather, the people, hospitality. You miss those things about the South. Realized that I wanted to go back to school. But in order to do school, I wanted to do school, but I also still needed, to work and make money. So when I found out about this opportunity, I jumped on top of it because it offered flexibility, which is very important when you're going to school. I love my job, I really love my job. It's flexible, I get to meet different people. It's a simple job for me, being that I'm a mother and a student. This job just allows me to make money and still do what I need to do. Great money and flexibility, which is something you need when you have children and when you're going to school, full-time, part-time. It's a wonderful job to have. The reception has been positive. What I'm hearing is this is just a godsend. I'm hearing happiness, I'm hearing thank you God, thank you guys, thank you so much. Everyone's so happy. The feedback has been positive. I just look forward to it every day. It's a simple job, It's a simple job. Just take people where they're going, safe and sound. Yes. Come on and take our service. Come get a ride around town.
On June 3rd, the Sbury apartment complex on North Ashley Street had a ribbon cutting for its 76-unit affordable housing complex for adults 55 and older.
When we develop these type of developments, we always put in supportive services to help our residents, not just provide a home for these families who need it, who are on the low-income spectrum in our neighborhood, supporting them in many ways. We typically do having birthday get-togethers, fun activity events, creating after-school programs, having computer labs. In this particular one, we've actually gone a little bit further, and we've created a healthy eating initiative, and we've created a healthcare program, which we have partnered with two other organizations, one of them being Valdosta State University, another one is Tender Care.
The new development from IDP Properties has something for all of its residents, including a community room, wellness center, arts and crafts room, gazebo, and community garden.
What we do in this housing development is about housing, but we also provide hope, and giving people the ability to have services, give support is really important. So I'm going to ask Laurie to come up here and speak for just a moment about some of those programs, because I think it is an important component to this development and to the community.
We welcome the Asbury and its residents to town. At the most recent City Council meeting, Council adopted the FY22 budget.
Our FY22 budget is proposed and ready for Council to discuss at our budget hearing.
The budget has an increase because of a number of capital projects being completed in the year.
About $124.5 million budget, which is slightly higher by $9 million when you compare it to last year. But that is the main reason behind that is we are going to continue with our capital projects, such as park and recreation projects and things like that we've been fortunate enough to fund through our SPLOST funding.
In addition to parks and sidewalks, much of the infrastructure projects will be things that the citizens need but can't see.
Capital budget is about $35 million, and it will continue on with the traditional projects such as sidewalk connectivity. We find that very important about us. We're trying to connect all of our neighborhoods, and so we'll continue our sidewalk. And so much of local government spending, especially Valdosta, is in the ground, is underneath the ground. And a lot of folks don't see the infrastructure it takes to run a city. So much of that $35 million I'm speaking of will go to projects that citizens will never see, but absolutely vital to the success of our community.
The Mayor's Council for Persons with Disabilities and the Down Syndrome Association of South Georgia held the Golfing for Down Syndrome tournament at Stone Creek Golf Club. This is the first tournament held by the groups, and they hope to continue to support citizens in our community that live with Down syndrome. We thank the Mayor, Councilman Tim Carroll, and city staff members for participating in the tournament to support the cause. Recently, the Valdosta Police Department honored 29 members of the department for their years of service to Valdosta. The years of service range from 10 years with the department to 35 years serving our community. In addition to the service awards, Chief Manahan also announced 5 life-saving awards. These are presented to officers that respond to an incident that provided life-saving assistance to a citizen. Those officers include Selena Finney, Officer Derek Keene, Officer Michael Rice, Officer Jason Glass, and Officer Zachary Touchton. For a full list of service awards, visit valdostacity.com. On June 9th and 10th, the Valdosta Fire Department and the 38th Rescue Squadron from Moody Air Force Base completed joint training together. The training included high-angle extrication and collapse structure.
We're out here with the Valdosta Fire Department and we're doing some extrication training. So in our job, it'd be more downrange where like vehicles are getting into wrecks or explosions, getting blown up, and we need to get somebody out of a vehicle. So we're working with them, they're kind of training us in the best way to access a vehicle that's maybe destroyed or damaged and get the patient out, keeping them safe, keeping us safe.
The Moody team says that learning from VFD on these matters can come in handy considering the fire department encounters these situations more often.
They are the subject matter experts in terms of like vehicle extrication because they do it much more than we do. They have a lot of experience. Some of these guys have been doing it for 20, 30 years. And then the different, we have our way of doing it, they have their way of doing it, so we can kind of meld our ideas and pick out the best ways to do stuff, learn from each other. And then just seeing the different equipment they have too is like, oh, maybe we should get that, and they're kind of seeing the same thing. So.
This training is extremely critical. Like you said, there's usually just minutes to make a sound decision and act on it and get the mission accomplished to get someone out. Just getting them to the hospital. There's a window that we like to call the golden hour, and you're already behind the 8 ball when we get the call. So trying to make up time from leaving the station is a huge deal, and that's why you have to stay sharp on all these skills and know what you're doing when you show up and have a plan.
It's a partnership that both hope to continue in the future.
I know they appreciate it. It's a good beneficial for both parties. And it's easy for us to train because it's a local entity. We don't have to, a lot of times we'll have to go across the country or somewhere down to Florida or something to train. And if we can just stay at home and do it with these guys, and we're helping our community and they're helping, the Moody community. So it's really a great partnership.
COVID-19 has hit our community real hard.
We're dying from coronavirus at almost double the national rate.
If we come together, we have the power to save what matters to us, our Black lives.
There's power in protecting your loved ones.
There's power in wearing a mask and social distancing.
There's power in knowing the facts and using your voice.
Let's fight COVID-19. Visit bethepowerofus.org.
Valdosta On Demand has started out strong, and the city is hoping that the students of Wiregrass Technical College will take advantage of the service. Members of the Wiregrass WIOA staff took a ride from downtown to campus to see how the service works.
Welcome to Valdosta On Demand and the great service that will connect the two. Again, people, a way to a better life. We now have the ride out there for just $2. Your new career and your new life are waiting for you with Valdosta On Demand. Simply download the app. That app will have that service pick you up before class, pick you up after class, and make, again, for a better career, better life.
Students without transportation will now have a reliable way to get to campus to complete a degree or certification from Wiregrass.
If you have the best healthcare system or you have a great technical college that offers you that better life, if you can't get there, you actually have nothing. So this is going to drop those barriers. Valdosta On Demand is going to get you there.
An educated workforce and a better quality of life will boost the area's economic development prospects.
We opened up two very important legs beyond the city limits itself. We opened up one to Wiregrass to get you that better life, and we opened up a leg all the way out Bemis Road to Freedom Park because, again, quality of life matters as well. So with this new service comes a couple of outlets for a better life and for a better quality of life in Valdosta.
Download the Valdosta On Demand app today.
Oscar the Grouch here to tell you, yeah, you, to wear a mask out in public around other people. Sure, it'll keep you healthy, but more importantly, I won't have to see your happy, smiling face. And if you don't want to wear a mask, I've just got one thing to tell you. Scram! Go away!
Caring for each other because we are all in this together.
So wear a mask and have a rotten day, will ya?
Fresh off the COVID-19 vaccine, it's the Johnson & Johnson one-shot. I asked them which they'd rather me take. They said it would be this one because it's the newest to the general public. They just started giving it this week. So I just encourage you to pick any of the three, the Pfizer vaccine, the Moderna vaccine, or the brand new Johnson & Johnson one-shot as well, to help your fellow friends and neighbors, protect them as you would protect your family as well. Please, people, do your part, protect your community, protect your friends and your loved ones as well. I encourage you to get out and get vaccinated.
Commander Bernard Robinson of the Valdosta Police Department has done a little bit of everything during his time with the department.
Of course, I started off in '87 as a patrol officer. I became a field training officer, and that's training new recruits, new officer that comes in on the particular on how to be a police officer. I became a detective, and I worked any crimes anywhere from property crimes, juvenile, burglaries, homicides. I worked all the crimes. I also became a crime scene tech. I became certified at state certification as a crime scene tech. I became a sergeant. At that time, I went back to the road patrol. Then I was promoted to lieutenant, and I became an accreditation manager over Khalil, Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement. I completed that. I became the captain of that particular unit, which is the professional standards. And after that, I was promoted to commander.
Robinson's favorite part of being a police officer is serving the city that he's from and meeting new people.
You meet someone new every day, and you would be surprised how many people have problems. You'd be surprised how many people want to help people. I've met well over thousands of people over my 34-year career, and it has been a really enjoyable job.
He had to be convinced by someone close to him to apply for the job.
one thing that made me, I was thinking about law enforcement, and my sister already worked here at the Valdosta Police Department, and I was talking about it, and she said, you know what, why don't you apply for the Valdosta Police Department? And quite honestly, at that time, I hadn't been thinking about the Valdosta Police Department. I was thinking about other law enforcement agencies. And when I thought about it, it took me a week or two to really think about it, and I decided to apply. And I applied. I was offered a job in April 1987.
He has seen the department change for the better through the years.
I tell people I've been here during the best times. I've also been here when the times weren't so great. Where our department's come from and where it is now, I think it's outstanding. When Chief Simons was hired, I think that was the turnaround of our department. Our agency became more professional, we became more responsible, became more open to the public. I just think we're a better overall agency, and that upward flight, it just continued.
And as he nears retirement, he has some words of advice for anyone that wants to go into law enforcement.
Pride, professionalism. You've heard me say several times, treating people how you want to be treated. It goes a long way of how people view our department. It goes a long way on how people view you.
During the week of June 17th, we celebrate Waste and Recycling Workers Week. The employees of the City of Valdosta's Public Works Department is the first in line in keeping the city clean.
We go by and dump garbage cans and make sure anything around it and little pieces of garbage is picked up, make sure everything stays clean.
Kelby Ford takes pride in the work he puts in every day.
It makes me feel good because I live here, and it makes me feel good to be a part of making my city look good. Because when visitors come to like Wild Adventure and stuff like that, they can go back with a positive influence on them and make me feel good to be a part of that.
He says that citizens that he doesn't even know often show their appreciation to him and his co-workers.
Come out and they bring us water, Gatorade, because like today when it's hot like this, they bring us stuff and they tell us that they appreciate us and we're doing a good job. It makes me want to wake up every morning and be positive and come and do the best job I can do every day.
Metro 17 thanks all of the employees of Public Works.
The City of Valdosta hosted a reception for its 13th annual Valdosta People's Choice Photo Competition.
This is such a great opportunity, and we're so excited to see all of the work and pictures from the past year. We know that it was a hard year for everybody, but those pictures back there are beautiful, and they truly show the beauty of our community. And we couldn't do this without the Turner Center and Coleman Tally, so of course we want to thank them as well.
Voting is open to the public through July 14th. Voters can select up to 3 photos, and all photos are located at the Annette Howell Turner Center for the Arts. Voters can also enjoy the other galleries at the Art Center.
Welcome back to the Turner Center. It's great to have a whole new exhibit opening for our community tonight.
The winners for the contest will be announced on Monday, July 19th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Turner Center. For more information, call the Turner Center or the city's Public Information Office. Mayor Scott James Matheson declared June as Citizens Against Violence Month in the City of Valdosta at a ceremony held in council chambers. Citizens Against Violence is an organization that was formed in 2015. The organization works to decrease crime, mentor youth, and has a local food pantry. We encourage all citizens to become positive members of the community, and we thank Citizens Against Violence for being a positive influence in our community.
This concludes another edition of City Focus. Be sure to visit our website, vadastacity.com. Like us on Facebook, Valdosta, City Without Limits. Also join next door for city updates. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at City of Valdosta, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Metro 17 Valdosta, to watch City Focus on demand. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time here on City Focus.